Yo guys, Cyber's back and I'm here to tell you why I think that the comic book The Unbelievable Gwenpool would work perfectly as an Isekai anime. But before I get started, I would highly recommend you to go watch my Reader Pass review on this channel of Gwenpool if you don't know what this comic is about, or you could simply go read the comic because seriously it's really good. So this way you will probably know more precisely what I'm talking about. But it's not that necessary. So without further ado, let's get right in. With the recent end of the comic, which was awesome, I absolutely loved the ending. You know, something came to my mind. Gwenpool works so well as an anime, more precisely an Isekai anime. To get everyone straight, Isekai is a Japanese word that means another world, which refer to the story of those Isekai anime. In this anime, a certain character is transported to another world or dimension. Well, this is exactly the story of Gwenpool. To summarize it quickly, in this comic book you follow a young girl awkwardly named Gwenpool who lived in more or less our world, but she is somehow sent to another dimension, but not any dimension. She is sent to the Marvel Universe, where she decides to become a superhero. Now you probably think, yeah, it's cool and all, but why would that make a good anime? Good question. Well, to start my reasoning, let's take a look at the art style. And as I mentioned in my Reader Pass, I really like this art style. It's so manga-like, but with a mix of classic comic book style. It looks so good. Well, what about it? I mean, it's so anime-like, it would be so easy to translate into an anime. There's not much to do here. You just take those character design and put it in the anime instead of trying to create your own like they did with other Marvel anime like Wolverine and Avenger Disc War. I mean, yeah, in those other shows they tried to make them more anime looking, and I get that. But it was just really weird and some characters just didn't look good at all. So that's why Gwenpool is so easy to translate visually into an anime. It's basically like taking a manga and doing an anime about it like they do all the time. Like, let's say taking Naruto, translating into an anime, it's kinda easy for them, so Gwenpool would be basically the same. And in my opinion, the perfect studio to adapt Gwenpool would be Kyoto Animation. I mean, Gwenpool is just in the same style of their animation, you know, cute anime girl. I mean, look at that. It would be perfect. Okay, so there's the visual, but is there something more to it? Well, yeah, the story is also super easy to adapt into an anime format. I mean, unlike Spider-Man, Gwenpool only have 25 issues. She doesn't have years of lore and backstory and villain and stuff like that. So her comic book is basically like a short manga. You could easily adapt those 25 chapters into a short anime. And yeah, I know that they could do the same with Spider-Man if they decide to adapt the first couple of chapters in anime, but the anime wouldn't really have an ending that we're satisfied with. What I mean by that is that if you do an anime with the first couple of chapters of Spider-Man, the ending would not be the end of the Spider-Man story. While in Gwenpool, the ending is the actual ending, the end of Gwenpool adventures. So, like a manga, beginning, middle, and end. Okay, so it's easy to adapt visually and story-wise. Is that the only reason to do an anime of Gwenpool? No. I have two other reasons for that, if you don't mention the fact that I absolutely love this comic book. The first reason, well, the critic. Sure, there are a lot of people that don't like this comic, and others that like me love it. But most of the critic or opinion that I have heard about this comic is that they at least enjoy it. So it's not like anime studio would take too much risk adapting this comic book into an anime, since it's not hated or anything. The other reason is that Gwenpool is the perfect character to introduce people to the Marvel Universe that are not really interested in superhero. I mean, people that watch anime are not necessarily the same that read comics, but I think that this comic could appeal to both demographics. And getting into Gwenpool is as easy as getting into a new anime, unlike getting, let's say, into the X-Men story where there's a ton of lore. Gwenpool simply is set in the Marvel Universe, but the Marvel Universe is just a setting. You don't have to understand anything about the Marvel Universe. You can just enjoy all those colorful characters without necessarily have a lot of knowledge about it when you read Gwenpool, which is something kinda cool for people that don't really know a lot of stuff about Marvel Comics, so that they can get invested with a new character and with this world without having to like go on Wikipedia or go on the internet to learn or read all the previous comic to learn all those information. So Gwenpool would be a good way to experience the Marvel comic universe without all the knowledge that you need to understand the continuity with all the character. And yeah, I know this comic book was cancelled, alright? But that doesn't mean it wouldn't work as an anime, because I think that the comic book wasn't cancelled because of the poor quality of the comic. I think it was all around it. The marketing, it just looked like a word Deadpool ripoff and stuff like that. It doesn't really look really appealing, you know. But I think as an anime set in the Marvel universe, it will probably attract more people and get the recognition it deserves. So yeah, I think that Gwenpool would make an amazing anime for all those reasons, and also because I would like to see more of Gwenpool in the future. So now go read the comic if you didn't already, and leave all your thoughts in the comment section. Do you like Gwenpool? Would you like to watch a Gwenpool anime? Which superhero do you think would work as an anime? Leave all that below so that we can talk about it later, and subscribe if you enjoy. Would help a lot. Thanks for watching, and Cyber is out. Alright, I did the video. Can I go now? Yeah, I don't think so. Well,